Welcome to the Twist News. I'm Erika Grey. Roberta Mazzola, who is the EU Parliament President, met with Anita Dimitriou, who heads the Parliament in Cyprus. So she was in Cyprus. Now, Cyprus has a similar issue to Israel. Both were under British rule. Both had issues with two peoples, the Israel, of course, with the Palestinians, and Cyprus with northern Cyprus that claims that Turkey is the mother country, and southern Cyprus that claims that Greece is the mother country. Similar issues under a similar domain and a same time of history, and both are small parcels of land considering the size of other countries. But I want you to hear a statement that Roberta Mazzola made concerning the division of Cyprus. Now, you have to keep in mind that the European Union is for a two-state solution when it comes to Israel. So I want you to hear what she had to say, and then we're going to discuss the absolute contradiction.
Let me also discuss the question of Cyprus reunification. I will say it again, and as many times as required, Europe will never be complete until Cyprus is whole. Mm-hmm. You are not alone in your wish to see your island reunified under the UN plan. Europe is a project of hope, of unity, and of confidence, and we support you in this. Dialogue, diplomacy, and negotiation are required to establish a long-term resolution that will reunite Cyprus and its people. And this is not only a Cyprus issue, this is a European one, and trust must be the way forward, and the European Parliament will remain by your side for as long as needed. First of all, the European Union remains fully committed to a comprehensive settlement of the Cyprus problem within the framework of the UN and in accordance with UN Security Council resolutions, which need to be respected and they need to be kept. Trust, not violence, must be the way forward. The European Union has always supported the United Nations efforts to reach a negotiated settlement to the Cyprus problem, and it is only natural that we support Ms. Holgin's mission to find common ground in order for the two sides to return to the negotiating table and reach a lasting settlement. And for this, and you mentioned the fact that I've met with the President, I've met for here, the European Parliament, you can rely on us. We stand by Cyprus. There is no plan B. Concerning the goal of the efforts for a solution. The European Parliament will never accept a two-state solution for Cyprus, and let me remind all that Cyprus acceded as a whole to the European Union on the 1st of May 2004.
One cannot help but hear the absolute contradictions when you listen to the UN resolution concerning Cyprus and you listen to Mazzola. It almost sounds like she's talking about Israel only. She emphatically stated there would be no two-state solution for Cyprus. What does Cyprus unification call for? Well, according to an article in The Guardian, which appeared just recently, it's now or never for Cyprus reunification, says top UN official. And I just want to show you here the contradictions. I want you to keep in mind the Palestinian-Israeli issue. The UN has been involved in Cyprus peacekeeping for many years now. Apparently, it's its longest-serving peacekeeping force. And according to this article, it's the longest running diplomatic dispute, but according to this article, unification would be on the basis of a reunified as a bi-communal and bi-zonal federation. Tatar, who is a Turkish Cypriot nationalist, espouses a two-state solution. But the unification will be bi-communal, bi-zonal federation. Well, why can this not apply for Israel with the Palestinians? Why is there one standard for one country, but another standard for another country? And this is a real piece of hypocrisy and a contradiction in EU policy. It almost appears that because Cyprus is a European Union nation, well, now there's no division. There's going to be no division, no two-state, because of course they're not going to want to cede any territory to Turkey, which is a non-EU member. But when it comes to Israel, non-EU member, but Israel is an associate state of the European Union. Associate state meets the Copenhagen criteria. That's pretty major. You have to meet the Copenhagen criteria to become a member of the European Union, but it's still not a member. So we see a contradiction here in what's good for one nation is not good for the next. And the European Union, if it's going to come out for a two-state solution, needs to apply that towards Cyprus, because Cyprus has many similarities to Israel and Palestine. And I know some are going to listen and you're going to get into semantics. Well, give me a break. You can see the parallels here. And you could see the similar issues. So why would Mazzola come out with no two-state solution, but for Israel, a two-state solution? Which, by the way, a two-state solution will shoot the European Union and its geoeconomic relations with Israel. It's going to shoot itself in the foot because it's going to weaken Israel, put Israel in jeopardy, upset the geoeconomic balance, because it's going to definitely affect Israel's economy, which will then affect its relations with the European Union, which are extensive. Israel has extensive relations with the European Union. It's involved in over 5,000 of its Horizon-type programs alone, let alone the gas pipeline that will provide the EU with about 10% of its gas. I mean, there is no comparison from its relations with Israel to its relations with the Palestinians. So I wanted to point this out in this video, this contradiction in EU policy. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. What's good for Cyprus is also good for Israel. I'd appreciate your comments on this matter, and definitely, if you don't subscribe, subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more.
Damn.